Hi lovelies, I'm Ariel and this is Maven Unmasked and welcome to your February 2017 Love and Valentine's Day reading. A few quick announcements before we get started. On my website, which is mavenunmasked.com, from February 7th through February 14th, I will be having a sale on my love readings. Also from February 1st through February 14th, you can get 10% off of a reading with me with the promo code LIGHTWORKER10. So LIGHTWORKER in all caps and the numbers 1 and 0. Okay. And then one quick last announcement. If you sign up for the Maven Unmasked Maven Mindset newsletter before February 3rd, maybe the 4th, you will receive a bonus oracle card reading in addition to the reading I'm about to do here today, just for subscribers to my newsletter. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you subscribe. I will leave a link below, or you can find the link at www.mavenunmasked.com. All right, lovelies. I hope you all are ready for Valentine's Day, ready for love, ready to see what February is going to bring to us in terms of our love and relationships. So right now, I invite everyone to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And focus on bringing in your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones in spirit, any deities or spirit animals that you work with, to bring us a message for our best and our highest good about what is the energy surrounding our love and relationships this month of February and for Valentine's Day. Focus on, there's one, so I'll leave that. If there is a particular question you had in mind, try and focus and hone in on that. If you do want a more specific reading, please feel free to book a reading with me on Etsy or at my website. Okay, I want to get a really good shuffle on these babies. Today, I will be using the Tarot Apocalypsis, which I absolutely love. All right, what is the energy surrounding us in our love and relationships, our love life, new partners, how we can work through things, any situations, any tensions for the month of February 2017. Okay, let's go. Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on. I'm not done. Okay. So, trying to make room. Okay. Pretty interesting. The shadow card for this is the Ten of Wands. So to me, this is, are you pulling I was going to say evil weight. That's not what I meant. Are you pulling even weight in the relationship? So are you carrying the relationship yourself? You know, is your partner putting in the effort to make the relationship work? Is it a situation where it's like you come home after a busy day at work and then you don't even get to enjoy time with your partner because they're sitting on the couch or watching TV or whatever, and you have to cook or do dishes and those kinds of things. Maybe you're not getting the communication you need or the action you need. Maybe you're taking all of the responsibility, all of the big duty. So that's kind of what we're feeling like. Maybe you're kind of pulling or dragging somebody along, trying to make forward progress, trying to make a way, and it's just a heavy strain at this point in time. So that's the shadow card. So that's kind of the theme that may permeate through this whole reading. Okay, the card that fell out first was the Three of Cups. So to me, this speaks of three people in a situation. And it could, in terms of the three, it makes me think of, it could be your expectations, your fantasies, and then the reality, your opinion, your partner's opinion, and then what the truth really is. It could be you, your partner, and maybe there's somebody else in the relationship. It doesn't have to be a cheating situation or an infidelity situation, but it could be maybe that other person is work or the children or your mother-in-law, things of that nature. Or maybe it could even be substances, partying. Maybe your partner likes to go out a lot, and that's or maybe you like to go out a lot, and that's kind of weighing down, again, 10 of Wands, weighing down the situation and the forward movement of this relationship. So kind of feeling like, again, pulling along and things just aren't moving properly. The next card we have is the Prince of Wands. And the Prince of Wands, oh, excuse me. Okay, the Prince of Wands is right next to the Nine of Cups. Okay, so to me, it's time to, take action. It's time to move. It's time to charge forward and ahead and to fulfill your wishes and your hopes. It's like we want contentment. We want our wishes to come true. We want to be, to live in a luxurious fantasy life. And it's the Prince of Wands is kind of saying, go after the intimacy, go after the luxuriousness that you're looking for, the extravagance. It feels like a want for extravagance. Okay. Whether that be extravagance in terms of let's see, I just want some nice jewelry or something, or extravagance in the way that you want your partner to treat you. You really want to be honored or held up on a pedestal, or hold a certain place, in their mind, I guess, or in their heart. It's like, go after that. Or someone who will give you that. Because some people are not capable of giving you all of the lovely fancy things in the Nine of Cups, and that's to no fault of their own. But if that's what you're looking for, maybe you need to make that happen for yourself if somebody is not giving that to you and you want them to give that to you. Okay. It could even be a need to really buckle down in the relationship, but again, with the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups, too much extravagance. The next card we have is the Prince of Cups. Okay. We have a lot of court cards in this. So let's say maybe this can go with different signs. So Prince of Wands, for example, could be a male fire sign. And this Prince of Cups could be a male water sign. But the Prince of Cups brings us a message of peace. He brings us a message of love. I mean, he's truly Cupid. I mean, he's got his bows and his arrows and butterflies and roses, and everything is just coming up roses beautifully. But I know you all have probably seen like those movies or little cartoons where Cupid like strikes the arrow and it goes to somebody you didn't necessarily want it to go to, and then they're giving you all of this love and all of this attention. When I look at that card, it kind of feels like that. Maybe for some of you, you liked what this Prince of Cups or this person could do for you, and now they're showing you romantic advances and you don't know how to handle that, and maybe you necessarily don't want that. So I'd be mindful of that, and I'd be mindful of leading people on as well, okay? Because you wouldn't want to be led on, right? Or to be in the situation you feel like somebody was using you. So I would say to be mindful of that. Okay. I also feel like the Prince of Cups is giving us this gift of judgment, because that is the next card we have, is Judgment. Okay, looking back on our old relationships, people, our old relationship patterns, unhealthy habits in our relationships. Okay, and seeing them for the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to stop romanticizing people who hurt you. I understand that, and I can speak from personal experience on that. You tend to, for some people, you may tend to see the good in everybody despite how bad or how negative they may treat you. Stop romanticizing the people who have treated you so terribly, okay? That doesn't mean there's not a good person in there somewhere, but in the relationship dynamic you have, it's just not working, okay? But also with Judgment, it's like, there may be some kind of loss that you may be mourning for some of you. and then a whole rebirth and renewal process. So maybe this is for some of you who are single out there. Your relationship may, status may take a transformation or be reawakened. Also, if you're single, this Three of Cups may just be saying, go out and mingle and party and meet some people. Join a club, do a group activity, go dancing, something like that, to invite your Prince of Cups or your Prince of Wands in. But it feels like renewal and rebirth in a sense that we'll feel like we can soar again. We can feel like we can fly, stand on our own. And those lessons that we've learned by reevaluating our old relationship situations will help us as we choose or look for a new partner, if that's a situation you're in. If you are currently in a long-term relationship or marriage, I would suggest trying to work out some of those things with your partner. What patterns do you see? What would you like to change and breathe new life into in your relationship? Okay. The next two cards, we have lots of court cards, which I think is interesting. So we have the Prince of Swords and the Prince of Pentacles. So Prince of Pentacles first and the Prince of Swords. Prince of Pentacles is typically very slow moving. So there may be slow moving developments in regards to love in the home. So to me, this feels like familial love and relationships. Maybe you've been struggling with some family members at this time, and it feels like things will slowly start to make progress and slowly start to move forward. But to be on the lookout for that. And it also kind of feels like don't be too in somebody's face. Okay, don't be like obnoxious too much in somebody's face. I'm not saying deny who you are, be who you are, but you can do that without ego coming in the way and putting it in someone else's face, if that makes sense for some of you out there. In terms of if you're looking for a new relationship, this Prince of Pentacles could be somebody who is just literally a slow mover. Maybe you're waiting. Maybe you have to be the one and be this Prince of Wands and take action and ask them out on a date because they're just going to take their sweet old time and may never get around to it. Go after your wishes, go after your fantasies. Again, the Nine of Cups. This Prince of Pentacles could also be somebody, and this can be male or female, even though they're prince cards, could be somebody that works in an earthy career. So somebody that works with their hands. Maybe they work on cars. Maybe they're, garden or farm. Maybe they, earthly, maybe they're a doctor, earthly matter things, the physical body. So just be mindful of that. And then the next one is the Prince of Swords. So to me, this is be careful of arguments for this month of February. Okay. Be mindful of arguments and that you may be speaking before you think and kind of bluntly cutting somebody off or something of that nature. Just be mindful of how you're communicating. You don't want your partner or somebody that you're interested in to be afraid to speak to you or be afraid to express their feelings and opinions because that is no relationship at all. That's totally one-sided. So just be mindful that you don't jump down somebody's throat if they present an issue to you, especially if you as a couple decide to do this. If I can pick the card up, this whole judgment, reflection back on the past relationship, things that you want to change. Just be mindful to not incite or start an argument. Don't be quick to anger or argue. It also feels like some clarity, some shocking clarity may be brought into relationships this month of February. You may be able to understand something about your partner or yourself in regards to love that you may not have understood or been able to realize or comprehend before. Something will be made clear. And to really focus on communicating your love in a healthy way. So I know there are people in relationships who their relationship is purely just sex and they don't speak, or their relationship is, we don't do anything outside together. We're in the same house. We live in the same house, but we never speak to each other. And that's fine and dandy. I mean, everybody, works in different ways. Everybody is different, but it feels like focus on how you can communicate verbally more love to your partners and loved ones. The next card we have is the Seven of Swords. So we may have some trust issues, and then we have this eclipse here, and we will have a lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Leo on February 10th. So be mindful of that. So maybe around the lunar eclipse, we may have some trust issues. We may have some inner trust issues. And it may not necessarily be something that our partner did. It could just be something that's going on within ourselves. Or maybe you're thinking about getting into a relationship with somebody or going on a date with somebody and you're like, can I trust this person? Like, am I making a good decision? Am I making a good judgment? Am I ready to open myself up in a relationship again? Do I have trust issues? How can I heal them and work through them? It just feels like be watchful and be mindful. And I just say be watchful and be mindful. Some things, some secrets may be revealed. Some things may come to the surface. I'm particularly paying attention to the Seven of Swords is about mistrust and you know, being like a thief in the night and those kinds of things. But because he's holding 3 swords in his hands, it again makes me come back to this 3 of Cups. So maybe an infidelity, maybe, you know, and again, the infidelity, it does not have to be a person. It could be maybe they're always at work, you know, those kinds of things. So before you go and, you know, get all Princess Swords and, you know, attacking and yelling and screaming at somebody, charging forward vocally from your anger, try and get all the facts, because in an eclipse, not everything is seen. So, I'd say just try and get all the facts before you bring any information you think you have to the table. Do your research. Because you may think it's something and it's something completely not, and then that could open a whole new can of worms. So just be mindful. And also, again, it could be just trusting yourself enough to let somebody else in, to get to know you on a deeper level and on an intimate level. And then the last card we have is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay. And so to me, new seeds, new growth, new birth. Some of you may get pregnant on Valentine's Day. You know, some of you may be planting new seeds in a relationship, taking your relationship to the next level. Maybe you're going to move in together. Maybe you're going to officially come out as a couple to friends and family. Maybe you're dating a coworker and it's been a big secret. Maybe you can finally speak about that now. Taking your relationship to the next level, the next stage. Maybe you're going to get married. Maybe you're going to get engaged. Maybe you're thinking about starting a family. Okay, so to be mindful of that. Beautiful, sweet energy flowing in. Feels like new life, new birth, new energy coming into the realm of relationships. So very, very interesting. And I kind of feel like I need to draw 2 more cards, just 2. I hope you don't mind. Just to clarify this just a little bit more. So here we go. Thank you. All right, so we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's going to be, you know, our work is going to be cut out for us in terms of our love and relationships. Like I said, lots of court cards. So that energy is flying around. And also I want to say, are you competing with yourself in the relationship? You know, do you go above and beyond for your partner and they don't for you? Do you feel like you used to go above and beyond for your partner and you don't anymore? Why did that change? Why did that stop? But definitely lots of hard work. Some maybe a retreat or something, like a training, something to do with love or retreat, maybe some therapy. And to me, this is also about what is being passed down. So passing down knowledge. This also feels to me like speaking, again, with the children in the home. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So many, many blessings will be coming in. I know some of this reading was a little, not fearful, but just a little a little funky kind of energy. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels like some things may have to come to the surface and be worked out, which I can totally understand in a lunar eclipse situation like we'll be having, and our own personal trust issues versus what we really want. But it's like, be the queen of your castle. You know, take charge of the resources that you have, continue to be nurturing and loving, and focus on what you can do right now in your home, in your family, in your love and relationships, to make it what you want it to be, to make it as best as it can possibly be. It also feels like a woman having her hands in many pots. So if you're, you know, saying that, you may be taking on some extra responsibilities with those you love. Maybe you have a sick family member you'll have to be taking care of, or things of that nature. So just be mindful of that with the Queen of Pentacles. But yeah. Oh, she could also be a female breadwinner in the relationship. So maybe, you know, the woman's been working really hard, busting her butt, and or the more feminine energy in the relationship has been busting her butt. So with the Eight of Pentacles there. Very interesting. But I'm Ariel, and this has been Maven Unmasked with your 2017 Valentine's Day love readings. Again, if you want to get a reading with me, be sure to go to my website, www.mavenunmasked.com, and to sign up for my newsletter if you would like the bonus oracle card reading, which is a completely separate reading from this one. Have a great and loving February. Bye.